everyone, it's Bonnie, and I'm so excited for another Positivity Voice live stream. I started Positivity Voice in 2020 to be able to bring positivity back into our lives, whether it's through social media or in person. So I'm so excited to continue this series for our 5th year of doing this series. And today we're going to be talking about all things inclusivity and kindness. I am so excited to be joined by a special guest today, all the way from South Africa. We are excited to talk about kindness and inclusivity and all things about leading with purpose, which she truly is the epitome of. So we're going to see if we can invite her to having an amazing Saturday. All right, let's see.
Hey,
Hi, Bobby. I'm so excited to talk with you. How are you?
I'm good and you?
I'm good. I'm so glad this worked. I know we were having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah, it happens, but at the end of the day, we are here.
Yes, we pushed through. Now we're finally on. So I'm excited to make this happen. Well, I'd love for you to get started by introducing yourself and telling everyone a little bit more about you.
Hello, everyone. I am Mosibudi all the way from South Africa. I'm 23 years of age, and I'm currently a course analyst for Miss International South Africa. I am pursuing a in international relations at the University of South Africa. What can I say? That's all I can say for now.
No, that's wonderful. I mean, I'm also a college, is this your 3rd year, I believe, or 4th year?
I'm completing my degree next year,
Okay,
so yeah.
awesome. Very cool. I'm in my 2nd year of college, so I have a little bit more time to go, but that is awesome. And it's amazing that you are able to participate in so many different things. Well, I'd love to
Mm.
first start off by asking you a little bit more about your pageant journey. I know that's something that you're very passionate about. How did that get started, and what has your journey been since?
I started pageantry in 2022.
Okay,
Okay,
awesome.
officially I started 2022, but in 2021 I entered a few pageants, but the only problem was to secure your spot was you have money. So I was like, I didn't have money, so I was like, no, I'm not going to. I found a perfect fit for me. I started with a local pageant, a national pageant called Miss Township South Africa. From there on, it's many. Also in 2022, I was finalist for Miss International South Africa, but my journey didn't end the way I wanted to, so which is why I'm back.
Yeah.
The reason why I started pageantry is because people like me are not well represented, and I saw instead of finding representation somewhere else, I chose to find representation within myself. I am the representation that I've been waiting for, which is why I compete in pageants.
That's awesome. And I fully get it. I know pageants are a challenge, especially when you're getting started. I actually got started with a letter in the mail from National American Miss, in fact. And it's crazy to see sort of like the transformation and the purpose that you're able to have through pageantry. I mean, you mentioned representation, and I think that that is one of the key topics that we're going to be talking about today, but also is something that is so important in pageantry. So, with that, I guess we can get started with that topic. I'd love to know a little bit more about what inclusivity as a whole means to you, whether that's through pageantry or just in your everyday life.
For me, it's not just about pageantry. I believe that we all have a place everywhere, in that one way, in that office, in that doctor's room, everywhere we want to be, we have that place. And it doesn't matter the color of your skin, your gender, as long as, or even your background, as long as you have it, you can go for it. And I want to see inclusivity everywhere, more than just pageantry.
Hmm.
Currently, in place, obviously, yes, there's some inclusivity, but is it enough? I want to see more growth. I want to see more people representing themselves. And when you represent yourself, because you're representing yourself, there's someone else out there who's watching you and thinking, I can also be that. So inclusivity for me means each and every person getting an opportunity, regardless of their race, gender, or even where they come from. Even if you are from America and then you come to South Africa, you can have an opportunity that you want.
Absolutely. It is so something, it's always something that can continue to happen. You know, there's been a lot of advancements, of course, but it's, you know, people like everyone to be able to come together and like really appreciate inclusivity and appreciate everyone's culture for who they are. So definitely agree with that. And I think it's so important to learn about cultures as well. So how do you see inclusivity sort of play out while being in South Africa? What sort of impacts are you able to have?
Oh, that's a difficult question. Okay, like growing up, I've always been a heavy person, so I've been told that I can't do it because I'm
Mhm.
heavy. One skinny, all those kinds of bodies. But I believe that we should be able to actually go for our dreams. And simply by just being myself and going after my dreams, there's people who come to me and tell me you are my inspiration, and that's enough for me. And I hope that through me being who I am, being my people can be able to now be inclusive, and we shouldn't judge where they come from. So we just need to really kind each other, and I hope through my journey people can open doors for those like me, and I hope to open doors for those like me.
Definitely, definitely. I feel that like it is, you know, you're making your mark, whether it's through the online series that you host as well, which I love watching. It is so much fun. Or even like you said, you know, being yourself, just being a representation and standing in your truth, standing in your worth allows you to inspire others to want to do the same as well. So I definitely agree. And I know when I was growing up too, like I felt like it was hard to sort of embrace who you are, you know, especially when there are a lot of things you hear from society on like what you should be, what you shouldn't be, and what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So, how have you sort of navigated that to sort of rise above those challenges and overcome it?
By just remembering who I am, believing that I've been into this world for a purpose that is bigger than me, and I don't think that the dreams that are in my heart are there for no reason.
Yeah.
God put them in my heart because He knew that I have everything to do those things. And so I chose to set the world out and focus on me and
Mhm.
me because at the end of the day, you can make everyone happy sometimes, but the day what matters is what's with you. Are you happy? Are you happy with yourself, portraying yourself that way, even though you know that you're not that person? So I chose to shut the world and let my inner voice be the loudest.
Yes, tune out the negativity, right? Exactly. Yes. Honestly, it's so hard too, like on social media, like when you hear a lot of different things. And that's also one thing I talk about why I started Positivity Voice is because like bringing up these topics that are not really talked about or, you know, things that a lot of people perceive as negativity, really creating a safe space where people can come and really feel represented and relate to them. Because I know personally, I feel exactly, you know, what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense, and it's something we see a lot. So thank you for sharing. I think it's hard to do for sure.
That's the reason why I created all of my stories. The ones I create, they're all about putting yourself back instead of making people feel like no, we are real people. We are real people, and we have feelings. As much as you can see people being successful and all that, you don't know what goes on from within them. So I want to share those kinds of things, those kinds of stories, sharing spotlights on people who go through a lot, but still manage to shine and follow their dreams.
Yes, absolutely. Talk to me a little bit more about, when you started your series and sort of how you've seen that grow. I know, I think I recently started watching your series last year, and I think it is so amazing that you are also able to talk with so many different people and, learn about the facets. So, how did that begin, and what's sort of been your growth throughout that process?
Beginning, I wasn't an all talkative girl. All I did was I went live and have a conversation. I
Mhm.
didn't even have a conversation, it was just a question thing where I ask you a question and you answer, and then I ask the next question. But now, looking back, I've grown from that, and now I'm able to actually interact and have a conversation, have my own opinion said, instead of just saying, yes, how does your present should be or that, but I also share my thing. I don't just talk. So I I think I began series doing series in 2022 with this series called Sisterhood Talks, which only had one episode. But in 2023, myself and a fellow pageant, we decided to create the Power of Pageantry series, which the aim was to, as I said, spotlight, bring the spotlight and challenge the narrative that's around the pageant world. And so, although Claire and I are not doing this till she ended up leaving the scene, I ended up continuing. And now I also have a mission to empower, and that is because I want something different. I didn't just want to focus on pageantry. I wanted to do broader and have conversations with different people from different industries.
Yes.
And the challenges we face, obviously, you will know, so there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot that goes on when you're doing a live. Connection problems, people canceling, being sick, like you did last. We were supposed to do it last week, but then you got sick. I'm happy that you're good now. Those challenges, they help us become better, to do better, and to just, you know, bring. Actually, what I believe is that get cancer the first time and then you do it the second time, the impact will be more better than the last time. Maybe there wasn't going to be someone who's watching now the last time,
Yes.
but now, and this is that they're taking from it.
Absolutely. I mean, it really teaches you to be flexible and to recognize that things happen for a reason. And I know personally, last week my mom and sister, they really wanted to watch, but they weren't able to because they had a different conflict. And today they are able to watch. So I guess things worked out in a way. But it really is something that you learn so much about yourself, and you learn about others, like you said, like creating a conversation with people. Like, it is, sometimes it can be hard because you're like, I don't want it to be a Q&A, but I do want to also talk about topics and really, just have fun throughout the process. So definitely can understand.
Yeah, and you create relationships through this. Through this kind of things, you create relationships. From this, I've also been able to like have conversations with people from outside South Africa.
Hmm.
For here and I, like we have been sisters, and that's the power of pageantry.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I don't know. It's really interesting to see like how, especially pageantry, it allows you to build connections with people you probably wouldn't have been able to. Like today, we're able to talk together. Like I don't know if that would have been possible without technology and without pageantry. So definitely allows you to build connections. And on the note of connections, I would love to learn a little bit more about your culture growing up as a South African. Are there traditions or, parts of your culture that you'd like to share of what it's made it so unique?
In South Africa, there's literally many cultures. So, I am Mopedi, which is Northern Sotho, Southern Sotho, you know. So, like, what makes it unique. Each and every culture has its uniqueness, and seeing different cultures here in South Africa, experiencing them, having conversations with different people in different languages, it's like, because, like, for me, something I do talk with people in Xhosa, in Zulu, and although we don't really talk much because we know those languages well, but the one thing is a language is a universal thing. Understand whatever a person's saying. What makes my culture unique? I think um, the foods we eat, you know.
Ooh,
Yes, there's this food called Leboho. So it's like spinach, but it's not spinach. So like so
that sounds
nice
good.
to eat. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I love food in general. Like I'm a big foodie. And when you said food, I was like automatic yes. If I were to come to South Africa, like what should I try? Like what is like the must have? Like what you should really like that is the like the symbolic of the culture.
I think, I don't know if this is anywhere in Africa or
Okay.
anywhere in a country, but we have this meal which we call pap. So like I don't know if it's anywhere apart from no, I don't see it anywhere on so like I'm just like if you're gonna come here, try pap with cabbage and chicken feet. We call it maotwana here, chicken feet. Yeah. If you try that with
Oh
cabbage
my gosh.
actually. Try with it.
That is so interesting. I will have to put that on my list, do a little like travel the world and try try new foods. I mean, you even mentioned like the languages too are very different, which I think is so unique because even in India, where my family is from, there are like more than 20 different languages spoken. Like it's not Indian, it's there's so many different languages spoken, right? So it's like so unique to see that, a lot of countries have these different languages and that make up not only the country, but it's very unique to each region of where you're from. So, what language do you speak? And could you teach me something in it too?
Okay. I speak Spain, right? So what I can teach you, okay, you're gonna introduce yourself in my language.
Okay.
Ere, say favela,
Tobela,
Lina Laka,
Lina Laka,
Yuvani Sharma.
Vani Sharma. So, Tobela, Lina Laka, Vani Sharma.
Lina Laka Yuvani Sharma.
Lina Laka, Vani Sharma. Okay. Awesome. Kind of close, maybe. That's awesome. I love that. Now at least I'll know how to introduce myself when I come to South Africa, right?
Most
Maybe in some
speak
regions.
Zulu,
Yes,
huh?
absolutely. Yes. That is exciting. Well, thank you for sharing. I think that that's amazing. What is your sort of like favorite tradition that you have? Are there like festivals or things that you look forward to during the year?
Yeah, there are festivals here and there, like traditional ceremonies. Most, is when it's a festival form or a ceremony and dress up in your culture and we always do what we call like dance where it's a group of people doing the same dance and you're just dancing around from the home outside to people with music playing loud music all kinds of music and we are dancing around river and all
Oh my gosh, did you say you'll all be like dancing?
yes like
Oh my
people would
God,
enjoy
that is so
let's
much
just
fun. I love that. We have something during like Navaratri and Diwali where we'll like dance in a circle or we'll do like a little like dance floor moment. It's so much fun. Like the music, the high energy, the upbeats. I can't imagine. I'm sure that's a fun time.
yeah in India I see people always dancing around movies, obviously, we feel Indian people all know how to dance. It's true. Don't know how to.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I think that like different sorts of music and dance are always a huge part of culture because it really brings people together for sure. So I love that. I can't wait to maybe listen to some music too and get to learn more. But I think that honestly the best way to be inclusive and is really to learn about different cultures, kind of like we're doing today, is get a little snippet of about, the different cultures that you have, the different regions, and sort of the impact that you can create throughout. So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yes, and I would love to talk a little bit more about kindness as well. I know that was something that we wanted to talk briefly about during our conversation. But what have you seen sort of as the impact of kindness, whether it's, through your live streams or other service projects that you've been able to do?
Kindness, costs nothing. You need to just smile at the person. Don't make that mistake. You don't know what the person is going through. So what you need is just to like be the I'm not my name. They call me ever sick. So I'm a sick person, and I think when you're kind, it is like gotta see people smiling at you, seeing you all the time, and just like yeah, people like when there's something they give you, like you need to like people because you don't know what they're going through. It's just even someone you have, even know you, it will help people to really just forget their problems and they can feel like them because we go through each and every day. And we need sometimes that thing that about them side or anything, just hugging someone even if you don't know them. And
Yeah.
I see kindness in my life through just when someone comes to me with their problem, I'm talking to them, I conversate with them, hear what they are saying, and give them even something I don't even know what to say because some of the things that people say are too deep. But I would just say all gonna be good and all everything else forgotten.
Absolutely. I mean, even like the simplest acts of kindness, like you said, giving someone a hug or smiling at them, that can make the biggest difference because, we don't know what others might be going through. That's actually one of the biggest premises of my personal service initiatives is being able to show others that like kindness is something that is so important to start young and to really build upon your personality with that. Have you ever heard of like kindness boomerang before? It
No,
kind of
I haven't heard of
there's this video. It's like 11 years old. It's pretty old, but it's like a really cool video. I'll have to send it to you. It's like a kindness boomerang where it's people who, they serve others and what goes around comes around kind of thing. So like the person who started with their kindness at the end, they were the last person. Yeah, I think you kind of know what I'm talking about. Which I think is so unique and interesting because like you never know where that being kind to someone, you never know where that kindness or that karma can like come back to you at some point in your life. It doesn't have to be like immediate, but it's something that allows you to continue to serve others and to see the impact, far beyond your service. So I think that that's incredibly important. And kindness can even start within the family too. So I think maybe you're cutting out slightly. Let's see, she's frozen a little bit. But honestly, I think, it's such an incredible topic. I'd love to hear everyone who's watching your thoughts on kindness. And let's see if we can bring her back. Drop a comment of what you believe kindness means to you in the comments. Let's see, Mosey, are you back?
Instagram always does this to me.
I am unable to see you.
Okay. Oh
Yay,
yeah.
you're back. Yay.
Okay.
Well, I was just,
Well,
I was asking our viewers, what they believe kindness means to them, because there are so many ways to show it, like whether it's through a service project, a small act of kindness, or even, doing it within your family, like being kind to all of your family members, helping them out. I think that's incredibly important. I know that that is something we don't always think about when we think about kindness, but it is definitely so important for sure. So before we wrap up, I would love to get to learn a little bit more about sort of your advice for the youth. No matter if it's through kindness or inclusivity, what do you believe is most important for the youth to know or take away from today?
for me personally, this week hasn't been easy for me with pageantry because I felt like I wasn't getting enough votes and no movement from votes. And I thought, you know what, maybe it's not for me. But, people, each and every vote reminds me that I am powerful. And what I want people to know is that I know it's gonna take time, right? It may take time. The first time you try it, it may not work. But at the end of the day, what is meant for you will not pass you by. What passes you by was not meant to hold you anyway. So do not ever think that you won't make it. You will make it. We don't make it at the same time. We are not the same people. You need to believe in yourself enough to know that if I try again, I could do it again. So do not ever conform to society standards of beauty because at the end of the day, it's all about you. That dream has been put in your heart for a reason. So please don't let anyone get you out of that dream. If you have to be delusional and dream until you get it. Because I believe that, if you want to do something, you don't have to wait for support. Support will come along the way. As long as
Yeah.
you get your vision, no one has to get it but yourself. Get your
Yes.
vision straight, know why you're doing it, and follow your dreams. Do not give up because your time's gonna come.
Absolutely. I think that that is a perfect representation. And we have Sharon, she mentioned kindness is self-respect and knowing how to treat others, which is a perfect wrap up too, with what you said. I mean, it is so hard to do that, letting go of everything and just following your goals, following your dreams, and having that belief in yourself. That's important. And that's definitely the cornerstone to being successful and getting to do all the things that was planted in your heart for a reason. So thank you so much, Mosey. That was so inspirational. I loved getting to learn a little bit more about your culture and the things that you believe in. I think that is so inspiring. So thank you so much for joining us all the way from South Africa, and talking with us today.
Yes, and we should do an episode on my series, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Mosey, for joining us today. And thank you to all of our viewers for joining. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their Saturday. Good night to all the South Africa people from on our live stream, and have a great day for all the people here in the US. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank